Hohokum is it's a kind of colourful, whimsical, delightful game where you are this thing which is a kind of multicoloured line with an eye that flies around and is and quite often does things like this, like carries guys around and helps them out. And you go to different places, different worlds. At the moment, he's in this place where people fly kites. So he's helping these guys go and find the seeds. The kites weirdly come out of seeds, and they're hidden in amongst the foliage and stuff. And there are little kind of puzzles that you need to work out to find the seeds. And then when he's found all the seeds, the guys will have their kind of kite festival, I guess. That's the kind of thing that happens.
So where did this all come from?
It came from a long process of kind of jamming on ideas and prototyping ideas. And it started off with me and Ricky saying, let's make a video game together where I draw the stuff and Ricky does the programming. And we didn't really know what it was going to be. We just started drawing stuff and I started drawing stuff and he started doing stuff with it. And to start with, it was a very different game to this. At one point, it was a golf game, which probably doesn't sound believable, but and the kind of core sort of thing that happens in the game kind of almost evolved without us really realizing it was. We didn't really ever sit down and say, hey, let's make a game about this big, like, long, curly line that you can fly around. That kind of almost sort of invented itself in amongst our kind of prototyping process. And then we entered it into the IGF in 2011, and it got nominated for visual art, so we went there with that. And then we were also in Indiecade that year. And that kind of led us on the path to collaborating with Sony Santa Monica and making it into a PlayStation game. Yeah.
So, I mean, do you have a solid premise, or is it just kind of an exploration of environments and things like that?
Yeah, exploration's a good word, and probably like our core value is that it's kind of a creative, playful thing, and we really wanted to make a game where the thing that you are in the game is an inherently kind of playful, satisfying. Check this out. This is a really cool bit that happens where this thing. He's kind of like a dog, but also like a dolphin, and he brings you one of the seeds. Yeah. You're the thing you are. It's kind of like an expressive thing to fly around being that thing, and we kind of realised we were onto the right thing when we realised we'd made a thing where people just kind of zone out and enjoy just making shapes and making patterns, and that's our core gameplay, really. Like there are. As you just saw there are puzzles and things that you can change and you can find and places to discover and things to achieve. But those things are kind of, to me, those things are secondary to just the expressive, sort of hooning around, just having fun being that thing. And there are loads of different places that you can go and meet different characters and stuff.
Can you talk about some of the other environments?
Yeah, Ricky, let's go somewhere else. So in this E3 build, we've got 3 different environments, so I'll show you those. So he's going to this place here. Yeah, so this is a kind of one idea that we really like is having some places where they are literally just cool places to hang out, and maybe they're just on the way to somewhere else and there's no massive gameplay objective to worry about. They're just a really beautiful atmospheric place, and it's got amazing music in this level, and the music kind of warms up as you light these lights, and just, yeah, I don't know, like it's, when I first sort of drew the art for this level and we first like put it in, we do this thing where we literally try and get it playable as quickly as possible by just literally just dumping art into a game where you just fly around the art. And even that sort of made the hairs on the back of my neck stand up, because it sort of felt like a really beautiful kind of like, it's actually the first level that we made that has like a dark sort of nighttime kind of feel to it as well. And then there's this weird thing going on where you can get like these star-like things to follow you around, and they sort of make a thing. And
so are there a number of puzzles in every sort of area that,
kind of. Puzzle's an interesting word. Like, I'd say this is almost not a puzzle. It's just like an Easter eggy thing, like a cool thing, like, and it kind of turns into a moth like that. It's just a beautiful thing. It's not hard to do. But some are harder and some are easier, and some are things that people just might not notice or find. There's one bit that's not part of this E3 demo where we have like it's like the whole of the world is on top of like this one floating platform, and there's a whole other bit that's underneath it that's very different. And when we play test it, I'm sitting there thinking, go down, go and find the other bit. And sometimes people don't for about 10 minutes. They just don't think to go down there. Or in this bit, you have to go up to find the stars, and people just don't think to do it. Then when they do, they're like, wow, that's amazing. That's a whole other thing. I didn't really know it was there. That's not really a puzzle, is it? But it's kind of it's a moment of, it's like a discovery thing. And I don't know, stuff like that probably works better in real life when someone's playing a game just at home on the couch and they're giving it more time than in this kind of situation, I guess. But yeah, and then there are things in the game that are like a collectible thing. So there's a sort of oh yeah, you get these guys when you've lit all the lights. These guys appear, and the little fella sings a song. I drew the art too big, and then the animator Mackie animated it at the size I drew it, and then Ricky put it in without me saying anything, without me knowing, and then it was like I don't know, 5 times as big as I was expecting. But we kept it like that because he looks really cool. Yeah, I really like him big. Yeah, Ricky, go and find another one of those eyes. So then there are. You see these eyes here. Every single level in the game has eyes like that are kind of hidden, and you find them and open them, and they're almost like a collectible thing.
Okay.
And I don't know. I think there are a lot of people who, in games, they almost have a kind of need for something like that they can, like a collecting hobby almost. I'm not one of those people, but like my mum is. When my mum played, when I had my mum playing a sort of prototype of the game, she was obsessed with finding all those eyes, and it was really fun to watch her doing that. Yeah, am I answering these questions okay? Huh?
So we're supposed to just do a formal outro?
Formal outro.
So you just
Hey, I need to talk about the music though. Can I talk about the music? Yeah, so we're collaborating with Ghostly, who, I don't know if you know, record label Ghostly, who are kind of a electronic, a lot of really cool, like, sort of quite left fieldy, ambient and sort of techno kind of people. And it's perfect. Yeah, before we even were like working with Sony, we had like a Spotify playlist, which was like our kind of like mood board for music for the game. And it had quite a lot of artists from that record label on it. And yeah, through working with Sony Santa Monica, we've managed to actually get them to do the music for the game. And we've not announced much about it, but so the trailer is out today, I think, and has a track on it. Yeah, the music's awesome, and it's a massive part of the game. The game's called Hohokum, and it's out in 2014.